Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome back to second part of today's session. So today we are going to, we will continue our discussion. Sloka number 9. स्तोकं ग्रसेद्ग्रासं देहो वर्तेत यावता गृहहिंसानतितिष्ठे वृत्तिं माधुकरी मुनिः. Translation: a saintly person should accept only enough food to keep his body and soul together. He should go from door to door accepting just a little bit of food from each family. Thus, he should practice the occupation of the honeybee. So now, from text 9, Madhukarat. That means from honeybee we are going to learn a lesson. What honeybees they do? They take little honey from the various flowers and they gather their food like that. Similarly, a sadhaka. Sadhaka means so like brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis. They are all sustaining their life by depending on grihasthas for their livelihood. Grihasthas, they feed remaining 3 ashramas. That is a system actually. And grihasthas, by feeding them, they will also progress in their spiritual life. Important point, sadhaka should not gather or should not accumulate everything from one house. This will become himsa actually. So, gruhan gruhastan ahimsayan apidayan grasam graset. One should take only one morsel of food actually from each house, so that there is no pain for grihasthas. But if you dependent on grihastha and if you eat every day in one house, then that is a himsa for that house. And also not good for brahmachari also. Brahmacharis, sannyasis, generally we are invited once in a while in someone's house, and if you take, it's well and good. But if you start accepting daily some new things for eating, they might be giving out of love and they are so rich also. They have no pain. But still, sadhaka should not accept. If we accept, then there will be implications and there will be attachment. So it will lead to the unnecessary attachment with them. And obligations. You have to oblige for them and their instruction. Sadhaka will lose his control on his sadhana. If they invite you for some, and if they ask some help, so then you have to, because you are eating every day from them, then that will hamper your service. They may call for you. So come for 1 month for a trip and you make us to go to this and that places and show us. Staying with them for that many days is also not good. And you don't like it, but you cannot stop now. You cannot say, you cannot reject that. So that's why one should only take a little thing. So one should take only a little thing. That means we should not, once in a while, we should accept from that grosthas any invitation. Anyway, we get everything from ashram actually. We are also collecting that from the various datas, donors. So one should be satisfied with the whatever he is getting in ashram, but not from some grihasthas regularly. Sannyasis also. Actually, if you see in the next further chapters, it will be coming. Sannyasis also, they should collect only particular number of houses only, like 3 houses, and once in a day, not evening and morning and evening. Once in a day, and also fixed houses. If he get okay, otherwise he should not go to other houses. And he should not repeat the houses. Yesterday also he went there and they gave nicely. And today also they are calling you to come again and take. But no. Next sloka also it is going to come. So maybe for preaching purpose, we might be accepting some different things. But sannyasis, life is very idealistic and very austere life. We should not, being a sannyasi, we should not gratify our senses. Others' money is not meant for our sense gratification. On the name of, even it is a prasadam, one should take very limited, no sense gratification. Limitedly he should take. Otherwise, his senses will not be in control. Evam munirapi gunalobhena ekameva gruham asrita tanmohena badyate. Even the sages or sadhakas, since they are giving nicely, if you take shelter of one house all the time, mohena badyate, you will get attachment. So that's why we should plan that even for the sticking to the temple, nice temple and nice arrangements and peacefully I will eat every day. My life is secure. This is not the good thinking of the sadhaka actually. Now I am settled. I have everything. It's my room with all the facilities and different servants. Now I am peaceful. So it's especially sannyasis and renounced people like us. So we are ready to take up service anywhere and anytime, and if it is need is there, then we are ready to travel every day. And there should not be any attachment for any place. There should not be any attachment for any place. No attachment. If service is needed, then we are ready to go anywhere. We should not go for, oh, now I am secure. I have my own flat. I have my own this and that. No. रमता जोगी बहता पानी, ये दोनों साफ रहता है. So if you keep on traveling and not attached to one place, then consciousness will be very pure actually. So that's why sannyasis are recommended to travel all the time, not to stick to the one place all the time and staying. that will lead to attachment with the place and people and also with project. Ultimately, it will degrade the consciousness. And we start involving in the politics. Like so people who are hankering for money and women, so with them, these person also will compete actually. Then purpose of renouncing everything will be defeated actually. So prefer actually, especially as much as we are now advancing in our spiritual life and also in age, I don't know how much we are advancing, at least myself in my bhakti, but at least we should not stick to one place and keep on traveling and inspire the people, and so try to help them, teach, preach. This has to be done especially. So renounce people actually. Renounce brahmacharis and renounce so vanaprasthas and sannyasis. Their main role is education. Maybe some rare conditions they may do management of money, but Srila Prabhupada, great sannyas, he is not so much involved into management. Whenever there is a need, he used to help. So like this, money and woman, if we are very close to money and woman, it is not good. Close to the money and woman is very dangerous. We should be close to the Shastra actually, scriptures and teaching and preaching. I am telling about renounced people. That will be good. That will help to maintain a renouncement actually. Sometimes, purport I am reading, a honeybee is attracted by the extraordinary aroma of particular lotus flower and lingers there, neglecting his usual activity of flying from flower to flower. Unfortunately, at sunset, the lotus flower closes, and thus the infatuated honeybee is trapped. Similarly, a sannyasi or brahmachari may discover that excellent foodstuff is available at a particular house, and therefore, instead of wandering from place to place, he may become a veritable resident of such a well-fed household. Thus, he will become bewildered by the illusion of family life and fall down from the platform of renunciation. Very nicely it is written. Also, if a mendicant takes unfair advantage of the Vedic custom of charity and takes too often from a single family, the resentment he causes will disturb the social order. अटैच हो जाएगा उस घर का व्यक्ति से, लोगों से, आदमी से हो सकता है, औरत से भी हो सकता है. An ideal sage should, like the honeybee, travel from place to place, but he must be careful not to become a chabibi by going to many houses and eating sumptuously at each house. One should maintain good health. Too much eating and increasing belly is also not good. It will bring laziness. As much as we become more and more fatty, then we lose the activeness. Gurutva will increase. But he must be careful not to become chubby. According to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarva Thakur, such a chubby bee will undoubtedly become entangled in the network of Maya. Chubby bee. No one should be overly attached to the gratification of his tongue. आज तो कृष्ण प्रसाद है, बस डालते जाओ, हम लोगों को मारेगा वही. जितना ज्यादा खाएंगे उतना रोग हो जाएगा. Not eating also properly is also not good. Not too much eating or less eating, both are dangerous. So we should not accept from one house too much. In conclusion, one should not endeavor very much for material sense gratification, but should instead endeavor strenuously to spread the glories of Supreme Lord Krishna. This is the proper use of human energy. Next, 10th sloka. Anubhyascha mahadhyascha shastrebhyah kushalo nara sarvatah sarvadadyat pushpebhya iva shatpadaha.
Just as the honeybee takes nectar from all flowers, big and small, an intelligent human being should take the essence from all religious scriptures.
Thank you, Ram. Intelligent man should take the essence from all religious scriptures. Honeybee is another quality. It is collecting little from every flower. But we should also learn from honeybee that if honeybee is sticking to one flower, then what will happen? And the evening time, lotus will be closing and honeybee will be trapped there and it will die. Similarly, if we stick to one house and eating every day, we will get illusion, moha, and will be finished. Our spiritual life will be finished. Another lesson from honeybee is it extract the essence. Similarly, a sadhaka also should extract the essence of all the Vedic literature. This is a point you said here. Anubhyascha. Stokam. That means little. Grasam grahan graset yavata deho varteta. To maintain body, whatever is required, that much only you should collect. Nishidde gruhan grahastan ahimsan apidayan. Okay, then that is over. Madhukara sara grahitvam api dharmam shikshet idyaha. 10th sloka. So honeybee is extracting the sara. So that we should learn. In human society, the original knowledge is called Veda. And the essential part of Veda or knowledge is Krishna, consciousness. Sarvair Vedaischa Sarvair Ahameva Vedya. This all we will do. So next stroke, 11. Sayantanam Shwastanam Va Nasam Gruhita Bikshitam Pani Patro Dara Pani Pado Makshikeva Nasangrahi. A saintly person should not think, this food I will keep to eat tonight, and this other food I can save for tomorrow. भर के रखते हैं, एक टिफिन बॉक्स, 2 टिफिन बॉक्स, 3 टिफिन बॉक्स. कल ये खाएंगे, परसों वो खाएंगे. अभी स्वीट्स है, बटर हो, 10 स्वीट, 15 स्वीट्स बटोर के रखेंगे खाने के लिए. This food I will keep to eat tonight, and this food I can save for tomorrow. In other words, a saintly person should not store foodstuff acquired by begging. Rather, he should use his own hands as his plate and eat whatever fits on them. So then how much you should take? You should take, first of all, what is your plate? Hands are plate. And where is the storing place? Storing place is belly. His only storage container should be his belly. And whatever conveniently fits into his belly. Actually, we should not eat complete stomach. We should not eat. Half stomach should be eaten. and 1/4 stomach is filled with water and 1/4 is filled with air, then digestion will be good. Then there will be no constipation and there will be no problems. And whatever conveniently fits into his belly should be his stock of food. Thus, one should not imitate the greedy honeybee to eagerly collect more and more. What we should not learn from honeybee? Honeybee always eagerly, day and night, it is working to collect the honey. Unnecessary, it is wasting time, and someone eats away. So that quality we should not learn. There are two types of honeybees: those who collect nectar from the flowers and those who actually manufacture honey in the beehive. This verse refers to the second class. The greedy honeybee eventually collects so much honey that is trapped in his hive. And in the same way, the materialistic person becomes trapped under the burden of unnecessary materialistic accumulation. One who is interested in making spiritual progress should avoid such a situation. However, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur points out that for the purpose of spreading Krishna consciousness, one may accumulate an unlimited amount of material opulence. This is called Yukta Vairagya, or using everything in the service of Krishna. A saintly person who is unable to work in Lord Chaitanya's mission should practice austere and collect only what he can hold in his hands and belly. If you are not ready to preach, then you should not accumulate anything. For preaching purpose, for preaching, we'll be building big temples and we have opulent service for the Lord. For that sake, we can collect money, but not for personal purpose. If someone is not ready to do any preaching activities like that, then he should not be collecting so much money for his personal life. No. Only to maintain his body. That much. Unable to work in Lord Chaitanya mission. However, one who has given his life to Krishna may collect unlimitedly on Lord Krishna's behalf. In fact, without acquiring material opulence, how is it possible to spread the Krishna conscious movement all over the world? But if one tries to personally enjoy the funds or facilities acquired for the missionary activities of the Krishna conscious movement, he commits the greatest offense. फ्री में मिल रहे हैं, बहुत बढ़िया है, एसी रूम में बस 24 घंटा एसी चलेगा. कोई बहुत बड़ा लखपति करोड़पति भी नहीं चलाते क्योंकि करंट बिल इतना आता है, पूरा दिन भर चलाएंगे तो कितना आएगा? 2-4 घंटा चलाने से 4-5 हजार आता है. 1.5 टन का जो भी है, दिन भर चलाते, बस बंदरी का पैसा आता है, बस करो जो भी ऐश. So that is like eating poison. Personally enjoy the funds or facilities acquired for the missionary activities of the Krishna conscious movement, he commits the greatest offense. Nowadays, people think that if I have my own center, then my life is settled. Let me have my own temple, small center, have my own bank account, and have my own facilities. Then I will be settled, happy. This kind of consciousness people are getting, and it's becoming a trend actually. The pure consciousness for spreading Krishna consciousness, the missionary spirit. Instead of cultivating that, people are thinking like grahasthas, how I can also settle with some project and let me be safe. So to be there, he is compromising all the morals and ethics because he has to be good with them. Even they do bad, even they do wrong things, but to maintain his livelihood, he will sacrifice his truthfulness. It's the worst situation actually. If sadhus compromise speaking about truth for material security, then what is the meaning of renunciation? Then why we should wear saffron dress? What is the use? It's a show off. So renounce means we renounce everything. So that's why a renounced person is having such a dare, he can speak truth anywhere and anytime. He never fear of for anything for material. So benefits. No. Because he renounced the material benefits. That will not control his chance to speaking about truth. So truthfulness is one of the important quality we should be having. Otherwise, implications will come. Too much attachment for one thing, conditioned by some facilities of that place, then you will compromise everything. You will compromise all the standards, all the principles of pure Krishna consciousness. Then what is the example you are going to set? And where we are going to go? Therefore, even in the name of Lord Krishna, one should not collect only what he can immediately engage in. One should collect only what he can immediately engage in practical devotional service. Prabhupada says this point. For some people, some temples, they collect for the whole year for one shot, one Janmashtami. Whole temple should run peacefully for all 12 months. जन्माष्टमी का मैराथन ऐसा चलाएंगे फंड राइज का, बिंदास बैठ के हैप्पी से रहेंगे. Then what you will do for whole 11 months? Simply बिंदास से बैठ के बस फैसिलिटीज मजा लेते रहेंगे. ऐसा है क्या? What Prabhupada is setting an example. What he told, whatever you collected, just immediately spend everything. This is lavishly, festival. If you got more, then you do more lavishly. Therefore, in the name of Lord Krishna, one should collect only what he can immediately engage in practical devotional service. Otherwise, one will fall down to the platform of ordinary greediness. ये आजकल का तो सबको एकदम एक ही जैसा है. अब वो तो कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, मैं भी कलेक्ट करूंगा, सब मिलके कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, कोई बोलने वाला ही नहीं. बिंदास से बस सोते रहो 12 महीना में 11 महीने. ये कैसा? अब तो क्या साधु बन के क्या कर रहे हैं? एक ना ऑर्डिनरी गृहस्थ की जैसा सोच. Then it's not good. Then that bank balance, the stored money is like a honey, is cause for all fightings. There will be politics to capture the position, and that honey is there. Money is no honey. Big balance.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, but most of the temples are doing the same thing for the 12 months. In Janmashtami only they are collecting.
That's the point we are saying. If everyone is doing means it cannot be truth. If everyone is doing, you cannot say that that's the truth or standard. So maybe truth is spoken by one person. This truth is truth. So what Prabhupada said, that should be remembered. What is Shastra is saying, that should be spoken. So then that will make people lazy actually. Guiding principle you should understand here. Otherwise, one will fall down to the platform of ordinary greediness.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please. Yes, Prabhu.
This following the principle of this Vairagya, where collecting money. So when it comes to institute, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was used to running, but Srila Prabhupada, when it came to BBT, so he collected lot of funds in the BBT also. He collected lot of funds in BBT. Even in temple also, during Prabhupada time only, he accumulated a lot of money. And then he said that use that money for these purposes.
Yes.
So I meant to say there has to be some bank balance, and there has
Yes.
to be some planning for using that money. There has to be.
That's different. Yeah.
Ah.
That's different.
And even like this collection, so it's not that only one time collection is there. The preaching, when it is going on and new projects are opening avenues, so they're also collecting throughout the whole year. But yes, what you were saying, the point that at one point somebody is collecting to secure the means of not going out, and so that can be, that principle can be understood, that is
Yes.
not very good, but uh, the seva aspect of collecting and utilizing that money is always going on.
If you have planned that you want to purchase your 50 acres of land
Yeah.
and you collected a lot of money, but you are not using that money for the daily maintenance. If you feel that this money is nicely can run my 11 months remaining and I don't need to work, I don't need to go for preaching, then that is wrong. That's the principle actually it said. One will fall down to the ordinary greediness. Then in their case, if they have no future plan and for that accumulated money, just they want to run their show, daily show, and that will lead to the material greediness. Ordinary greediness will come. We'll take any amount of money for increasing Krishna conscious activities. But someone is not doing that, but simply accumulating and feeling happy. Yes, एक बार का बस 12 महीना के लिए हम कमा के रखेंगे, चलेगा, उसके बाद आराम लेंगे, वो तो सही नहीं. That is wrong. Okay.
Prabhuji, just inquiring this practical aspect, like any department in temple, like DT department, if they have to plan for a festival, so then they have to plan for festival. So big festival, big money will not come immediately.
Yeah.
So there is some budgeting is there. So basically, the whole idea is to money should be used for a proper in a proper department for proper purpose, not for maintenance. At the same time, the department should not sit idle, and it should also help getting more money or for spreading Krishna consciousness or for increasing his own projects of department.
Yes.
So that is what I'm saying, because if you say that what we are discussing here, individualistic idea that one person is should not accumulate more, but when it comes to institute, like in any place, institute is like a home only, na? When Prabhupada said it's a home.
Even in institute also we said, Prabhu, here is a literally institute only, our people are also writing our BBT. So therefore, even in the name of Lord Krishna, one should collect only what he can immediately engage in practical devotional service. And the name of Krishna means a householder will not collect money. Individual level is not the point here. So here the point is for the sake of organization only. But there also, we should not have the idea of sitting idly. Okay, this money is there, then I will sit idly. That is wrong. With that idea, if someone collects, then that is wrong.
But one can collect for future projects. This is okay, na?
Yeah,
Or
that's
you-
okay, of course. And he should not think that that money will be run the show and I will sit idly. That's wrong. Then he's trapped, na? He's trapped. Hey, Prabhupada wanted, if you got more money, then do program more lavishly. And then there is a empty, then account is empty, then go once again aggressively and collect the things. Then preaching will increase. Then what will, so another principle is what? When we have sufficient money for 10, 15, 20 months for general maintenance, that automatically bring the laziness. That principle actually, that's very danger of accumulation. That also we should understand. And that sincerity should be there. Yes, you are collecting for some other project, let it be like that. For other project. But उसका नाम लगाएंगे और काम इसको करेंगे. दिन भर का रोज का काम, daily activities for the daily activities. and becoming lazy, then our own intelligence, we are just cheating ourselves. Whom we are cheating? खुद का ये
प्रभु जी
पॉइंट है actually.
प्रभु जी ये भी तो एक बहुत बड़ा टेंशन है.
हाँ?
If you want to do something, every time you will be seeking out for money. Where is money? Where is money? I want to do this thing. I want to do that thing. So that
Yes.
tension is also such a big tension.
Yes. That will go not now. It will take some few centuries. When we have established communities, that money chasing will finished. Because now money is the common medium to exchange the objects. So that's why we also running behind money. Because that is the way the social setup is now. But we have to try to revert the social setup. Not money, but the objects are important. Exchanging of the objects. Man-made money is very dangerous. But Prabhupada also spoke about that. When we have our own communities, then there will be a barter system. This money is a cause for inflation, actually. Government will print this so many white paper money and distribute into society. That will cause for the inflation. So nobody is going to stop that. Anyway, 12th sloka. Others, if you have any questions, so please let me know. Sayantanam swastanam va sayantanam swastanam. Acha 11 one, na? 11 sloka. 11th or 12th. 12th sloka, na Prabhu? 11. Okay, 12.
12.
12. सायन्तनं श्वस्तनं वान संगृहीता भिक्षुकः मक्षिका इव संगृह्णन् सह तेन विनश्यति. A saintly mendicant should not even collect foodstuffs to eat later in the same day or the next day. If he disregards this injunction, and like the honeybee collects more and more delicious foodstuffs, that which he has collected will indeed ruin him. It's a very high standard, actually. Nobody is there like that. A saintly mendicant should not even collect foodstuff to eat later in the same day. बाद में खाऊंगा करके भी रखना नहीं है. At the next day. If he disregards this injunction, and like the honeybee collects more and more delicious foodstuff that he has collected, will indeed ruin him. He will be finished. How to understand this? Organizationally, we cannot go every day and go and beg. We beg for the one time and we do other activities. So these are the general system. Since our acharyas are emphasizing preaching, so that's why we don't see such a strict rules in our life. In our case, our sannyasis are not like just walking by feet and just going, having a beard and begging from houses. After begging 3 houses, whatever he got, he should bring, and first of all, he drench that food, putting in a cloth in water first. First of all, 3 times he should drench it. Then take it out from that pond. And then he make the shares for all the portions to the bhutas, for the living entities, for others also. Then finally, whatever he get for his portion, that much he eats. Vanaprasthas, how they do, how they lead their life. They don't beg, but Vanaprasthas, they pick up. They pick up grains from So from the leftover fields, from the fields, whatever crop is left over, that they will pick up. Farmer, he will collect everything from the field, the crop, and whatever sometimes he skipped actually. These things they will go and pick it up and bring those and cook it and offer to the guest. Then they will eat. They will call sannyasi as their guest. Or otherwise, sometimes they pick up the grains which are falling in front of shops. So this is a standard system, but in our case, in our organization, keeping preaching as center, these rules and regulations are minimized actually. So who will minimize? Acharya will minimize. Are minimized and given importance for more and more preaching. But as a sadhaka, we should have consciousness of the same consciousness. If situation is there and we are ready to live like them also, as per Shastra, how a Vanaprastha or sannyasi is going to, so should live, we are ready to act, we are ready to accept that state actually. Practically also, if there is a time to follow there, we are ready to follow that. So we do cultivate that consciousness innerly. But for sake of preaching, many things should be adjusted. Those adjustments Srila Prabhupada did, so that has to be followed. Brahmana refers to that honeybee who wanders about from flower to flower, and Makshika is the honeybee who accumulates more and more honey in the beehive with great attachment. A saintly mendicant should be like the Brahmara bee, because if he imitates the Makshika bee, his spiritual consciousness will be ruined. So these are all the important points. So why the adjustments are done for sannyasis and for vanaprasthas and also brahmachari, brahmacharis, only for the sake of preaching and for assisting in preaching. But if the purpose is met, actually, whatever adjustments and some facilities are given to us, like we accumulate for whole month. In our storeroom, we have grains, pulses for a whole month. Why, instead of going every day and begging, if you go for everyday begging, you will be losing a lot of time there. You are not able to do so many other preaching activities. So that's why we allowed to do accumulation, but that purpose of accumulation is not just, what is the purpose of that accumulation is preaching. If that is not satisfied, just then we are eating and sleeping, we are enjoying the facility of that for gratifying senses, then we are the losers actually. For what purpose adjustments are done in present system by our Acharya, so that purpose we should always remember. And we should always focus with that. We are given with the facilities, we are given with the nice AC room and fan and everything. Not we are living on the tree, because we should rigorously work for preaching and spreading this Krishna consciousness. And if we are not ready to do that, and not wholeheartedly we want to help in this mission, then what is the purpose of enjoying those facilities? What is the purpose? Then it's a thief actually. It's a thief. He'll become a thief. And it will ruin their spiritual life. He'll be finished. So that's why one should work hard. We should at least, that means engage all the time in Krishna conscious activities. We should give full energy for spreading Krishna consciousness without reservations and take the facilities. There also mood is what? To maintain body only. Otherwise, the adjustments, purpose of making adjustments is defeated. It's not good. Next slide. Padapi yuvatim bhikshu nasprishet daravatim sprushan kariva padyeta karinya angasangataha. A saintly person should never touch a young girl. Padapi yuvatim bhikshu nasprashet. In fact, he should not even let his foot touch wooden doll in the shape of a woman. So someone mute. So kindly everyone mute your mic.
Sorry.
By bodily contact with a woman, he will surely be captured by illusion. Just as the elephant is captured by the she-elephant due to his desire to touch her body. Now we are learning from elephant. Male elephant is so attracted by female elephant. Similarly, a sadhu should be very careful in dealing with opposite sex, with women. Nowadays, we should say similar sex also. Number of gates are increased actually. Because mind is completely पूरा खराब हो गया दिमाग लोगों का आजकल. They are having attraction for male also. This is a disgusting and disordered form actually. What is this nonsense? Male is getting attraction for male. In ashrams, these cases are coming out. So that's why one should be careful about male and female. Sadhu. We should say. इतना गिर गया सोसाइटी पूरा एकदम ध्वस्त हो गया. The saintly person, not only for the sadhus, brahmacharis and sannyasis, for grosthas also. In our society, grosthas, they think that it is a license. Their marriage is a license to speak with any woman easily and freely. It is also wrong actually. There should not be any free talks. And also one groshtha should not entertain another's wife. And she is coming and speaking all the difficulties, and then he should not give shelter and spending so much time. It's not good. That will also spoil actually. That intimate relationship will spoil everything. Intimacy should not be there. So then if you want to correct their family, then instead of speaking with her, then you should speak with her husband. Or otherwise both, not with alone, one. Similarly, sadhu also. When we become so bold-hearted and open-hearted for hearing Mataji's problems, then you are gone. गया काम से उधर से शुरू होगा fall down. We think that initially it is so nice, we are helping Krishna consciousness, and Krishna consciousness is so much important than this kind of rules and regulations. Intelligence works so nice, Krishna conscious intelligence. Then after that, Maya is so powerful. She come with the sari wearing the Bhakti Devi. भक्ति देवी की साड़ी पहन के माया देवी आती, लगता है आपको भक्ति देवी आ रहे. लेकिन वो भक्ति देवी नहीं है, वो माया देवी है। That's why be careful. We should be careful. Be careful that. So rules are rules. Certain rules, whatever adjusted by the acharyas, that much you are given. And also cautiously you should be there. But if you adjust so much, oh, I am preaching to Krishna, preaching Krishna consciousness, what is there? And for the sake of project I am doing, I should hear this, I should hear. Then you are going down, down, down day by day. One day पूरा डूब जाएंगे, कुछ नहीं रहेगा उसके बाद। आजकल समाज में अत्यंत the rare species in this creation are brahmacharis, because the number is reducing very drastically. Maybe like dinosaurs will also once upon a day in society there were brahmacharis. That day may come. And sannyasis. पूरा लुप्त हो गया, विलुप्त हो गया, ऐसा ना हो जाए। So one should be very careful about these things, about the females. Very, very dangerous zone that is. So-called compassion is also like a hanging rope. It's like a hanging rope. Suicide ho jayega, mrityu. Elephants are captured in the jungle in the following way. A large hole is dug and then covered over with grass, leaves, mud, and so on. Then a she-elephant is exhibited in front of the male elephant, who chases after her with lusty desire, falls into the hole and is captured. That's all. Maya also capture us like that only. So, beautiful girl with the spirit of mission, she is coming with you. And you are also kadam par kadam jod ke, kadam se kadam bolte, kya bolte? So, क्या है पता नहीं. So just if you give a company, then gone. Brahmachari life is gone. So let them. Matadis are guided by Matadis. It's good. That's the traditional system. Sannyasis and Naistic Brahmachari, they don't guide directly women. The lesson to be learned from the elephant is that the desire to relish the touch sensation is certainly the cause of ruining one's life. An intelligent person, noting the elephant's great propensity to sport with the sheaf elephant, will take this excellent example to heart. Therefore, somehow or other, one should avoid being cheated by allurement to the sensuous form of woman. One should not allow one's mind to be lost in lusty dreams of sex pleasure. There are various types of sense gratifications to be enjoyed between men and women, including speaking, contemplating, touching, sexual intercourse, etc. And all of these constitute the network of illusion by which speaking, contemplating, touching, seeing also. देखते रहते हम लोग, ना चाहते भी आता है. This environment is filled with rajas and tamas. Somehow or other, one should remain aloof from sense gratification in the form of sex pleasure. Somehow or other means without compromising preaching ऐसा नहीं क्या हो माता जी से मैं प्रीचिंग में नहीं जाऊंगा प्रभु जी, ये और एक्सट्रीम है, ये प्रीचिंग ही नहीं करूंगा। उधर ये जो बोला जा रहा है उसको समझना चाहिए, इंटीमेसी नहीं रहना चाहिए, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी इंटीमेसी, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी hearing their problems and trying to be compassionate, and after that getting soft heartedness and becoming close and becoming protector of her, and then finally you are the protector of her. End of the day you will be the protector. So but purpose of preaching should be, so purpose is what preaching, that should not be hampered actually. Maybe in the class females also might be there, you have to preach, you have to teach, but no intimacy, because the purpose is what preaching should be achieved. Otherwise we all want to be bhajananandis. Why we are taking the risk? Only to help others, but that risk should not put your spiritual life into risk. Then what is the value of taking risk for others? आप खुद ही नहीं बचे रहेंगे तो क्या फायदा, दूसरों को क्या मदद करेंगे, खुद डूब जाएंगे। आप कोई भी पानी में बह जा रहे हैं और आप कूदे हैं उसको बचाने के लिए, आपको खुद डूब गए तो क्या फायदा, इसे तो ना कूदने से अच्छा है, मदद करने के लिए कूदे तो आप खुद डूब गए, then what is the value of jumping into and helping? So that's why cautiously one should. Nadi gachet striyam pragnaha karhi chin mrityumatmanah bala dukkai sahanyeta gajairat gajo yatha. A man possessing intelligent discrimination should not under any circumstances try to exploit the beautiful form of woman for his sense gratification. Just as an elephant trying to enjoy a she-elephant is killed by other bull elephants also enjoying her company, one trying to enjoy a lady's company can at any moment be killed by her other lovers who are stronger than he. So another danger is whom you are loving that girl. So if she is having another paramour, another lover, and he is more powerful than you, then he will kill you also. Like in the case of elephants, they will fight. Even bulls also they fight, you know. Bulls, for one cow, the bulls will be fighting. In Benares, we used to see there are big bulls. They fight like anything, blood, and even you try to stop, no, because of only one cow. Like elephants also fight. Other bull elephant also enjoying her company. This is next level. This only will happen. Murders. Just as one is enchanted by a beautiful form of woman, many other men will also. That's why Chanakya says a beautiful wife is like an enemy for a person. So that's why a woman should not so nicely decorating and attracting feel of having that I should attract all other men also. I should enchant and I should make them bewildered by my beauty. This is also not good actually. It's kind of deviating from the chastity. Then what will happen? There is a threat for her husband and for her also. Bull-like man will be attracted towards her and he will be trying to please her, and if there is a too much problem, then so he will kill her husband. So that's why it's not that woman should not be beautiful, but the point is It should not be exposed to everyone. That should not be the move. And also here, sadhus, so should not go behind women. It will take away life also. Nadeyam nopabhogyam cha lubdair yaddukha sanchitam bhungte tadapi tachanyo madhu hevartavin madhu hevartavit madhu. A greedy person accumulates a large quantity of money with great struggle and pain. But the person who has struggled so much to acquire this wealth is not always allowed to enjoy it himself or give it in charity to others. The greedy man is like the bee who struggles to produce a large quantity of honey, which is then stolen by a man who will enjoy it personally or sell it to others. No matter how carefully one hides his hard-earned wealth or tries to protect it, there are those who are expert in detecting the whereabouts of valuable things and they will steal it. So that's why too much accumulation is also for grahasthas, especially grahastha sadhakas. If they too much accumulate, then the necessary thing, 10 पीढ़ी के लिए रख दूंगा, क्या करना है? तो कोई चोरी करके ले जाएंगे, नहीं तो टेंशन, मेंटल टेंशन. Oh, I have this property, that property, how I can protect it? I am becoming old, my senses are not so strong and I am not able to remember. And I am not able to go daily and go and see. So what is going to happen there? In Bangalore, 1 flat, Hyderabad, 2 flats, and another place in Delhi, there is a nearby Delhi, there is another 10 acres land. Wherever he got opportunity there, he purchased. Now he became old. Now he wants to do sadhana. But his hard-earned money is always coming into his mind and feeling that, oh, what is happening to the Delhi land? Whether it is properly fenced or not, and neighbors, how they are now. Let me go and see. And let me make relationship with the people who are surrounding to that. उसमें चले जाए उनका जीवन, उसको बचाना. Unnecessary complex things. When there is no full serious practice for Krishna consciousness, then all unnecessary things will come. Vyavasayatmika buddhi rekeha kurunandana. Resoluted consciousness, I already explained. Everything we see, the material things, all are coming from earth and they will be in the earth only. We hear that previously our Indian kings, they used to sell the jewels and precious stones in the marketplace openly. Such a opulence was there. Where it is there in earth now also. Is it evaporated? Nothing is evaporated actually. Everything is on the earth only. All the opulence, milk, grains, food, fruits, everything where they are there in the earth. Whenever she needs, she feels to give, she will give. Nobody has taken away from here. No. Big monarchs, big kings, everyone left everything here only and left. So that's why one should be so understand this. Principle is what? Progress in Krishna consciousness and preaching. Individual progress and preaching others so that they will also start. This has to be satisfied. For achieving these things, acharyas might have adjusted some things, but we should understand the purpose of adjusting things. Secondary principles, these are all. One may argue that a wealthy man may conceal his money so expertly by investing it in banks, stocks, properties, and so on. Even these stock markets and investing in these stock markets is a big hampering actually on the consciousness. Always there will be stock exchanges, how they are increasing, decreasing, value of the share is increasing or decreasing, their investments are gaining value or not. Always mind is invested, taxing, mental taxing. भरना है तो इतना बड़ा पेट, इतना खाना है बस, लेकिन उसके लिए कितना चिंता है एक्चुअली.
प्रभु जी,
हाँ.
one question is there,
हाँ.
that this money issue, like nowadays education is very costly, medication is very costly, and then future means health also becoming worse. Living in cities means you can say that in city even education for education is very costly. Traveling is so costly. If you go for 15-20 kilometer only, there is too much. And earlier people used to walk also, and there was no long distance walking. I think maybe, or maybe some bullock cart or some horse
Yeah,
riding.
travel is also more. Yes.
So traveling is also more. So everything is done on the basis of money here. And at the same time, people have less tendency to donate. That is another thing. So then they accumulate more and more. So then the question comes, like Prabhupada used to say 50-50%. 50% donate full, and then 50% Rup Goswami principle. He says that. How to keep check of all these things, because heart is also attached and city living is so tough and one is not very advanced. So these things are you can say unperceptibly happening only. Yes, without thinking it's happening, attachment is there and everybody is accepting that, and so they are opening different plans for investment and for growth. Everybody is doing that.
Yes. Because, yeah, that's true. Because we don't want to leave the association of people who fired up with the passion and ignorance. We want to live in their systems. We want to live in their company. We want to live company means in their association. We want to follow their systems, then that will give pain definitely. So that's why our devotees has to at least make a plan to start a Varnashrama college. At least they should start becoming expert on alternative education and trying to make a plan for community so building, but that is possible by having the proper training. Like you see, I am also engineer and I learned Sanskrit and I am able to somewhat read these scriptures and learn the teach in the Gurukul boys. Now I am doing actually. Alternative education, it's not that, so it's not possible for working men. Even working people also, they can take out some time on Saturdays and Sundays and also some hours. If there is a will, there is a way. So how many days will we keep on feeling difficulty and same problems? Every time we put same problems. Now everything is very expensive. Education is like 4 lakhs for a child in a year. So they have to spend some 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs also there is a yearly fees. In normal schools, more than 5,000 per month fees, simple school. So it's a 5,000 to it is there for 50,000 per month. So they are collecting such a money and also traveling definitely. And also everyday life for staying 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 rent per month for a normal proper 3-bedroom room flat. So then what do you say? These expenses are there. Why? Why? Because we are there in the system given by people who are fired up with the passion and ignorance. That's why these cities cannot help a long run. हम लोग जो भी हैं, जितना भी प्रॉब्लम को पोस्टपोन करते आ जाए, नजरअंदाज करते आ जाए, आंख बंद करके चले, हमको कोई बात नहीं, हम तो 16 माला कर रहे हैं, हम हो जा रहे हैं. वो बोलते बोलते हम लोग समस्याओं को भी देखते देखते बस आगे नहीं बढ़ पाते हैं और आगे भी नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, इस प्रॉब्लम्स को भी सहन नहीं कर पा रहे, ऐसे ही रह जाएगा। Prabhupada, that's why it said that cities, all in today's discussion, is not a conducive place for practicing bhakti. क्योंकि सब लोग चीटर से चारों तरफ। अब उन्होंने 2 लाख रुपए किसी को लोन में दिया, 2 लाख नहीं तो 5 लाख दिया, मान लीजिए एक भक्त किसी अभक्त को 5 लाख रुपए डोनेशन दिया, क्योंकि वो पास में रहते हैं, कोलीग है, नहीं तो कुछ भी हो, अड़ोसी पड़ोसी हैं। अब वो उनका मॉरल्स नहीं, कुछ नहीं, और 5 लाख 2 महीना से ये पूछे नहीं दे रहे हैं, ये कल दूंगा परसों दूंगा ऐसा बोलते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन इसको जरूरी है। अभी क्या करेगा, उसी के बारे में सोचते रहेंगे। आपको क्लास में आके बैठ के क्या सोचेंगे, हमारा पाठ सुनेंगे क्या, वाह कितना अच्छा बोल रहा है, कुछ नहीं सुनेंगे। उनको वो 5 लाख उनसे कैसा निकालना यही सोचते रहेंगे क्लास में भी, नहीं है ना। अभी उनके घर में समस्या है, उनकी बांस से समस्या, बांस अभी निकालने वाले लग रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनको अभी मैन पावर ज्यादा हो गया, नहीं चाहिए, ये आ गया कोडिंग वाले कोडर्स मुझे नहीं चाहिए, इसीलिए इनको हटाने की चक्कर चल रहा है। सो वो थोड़ा थोड़ा सुना आया तो दिन भर वही सोचेगा, और उसको और ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन निकालने के लिए और पॉलिटिक्स करना है, ये करना है, ये भी करेगा डिवोटी। और ऐसा फायर्ड अप हुआ चेतना से, वो आके पुस्तक के सामने, भगवत गीता के सामने बैठ के क्या पीसफुली पढ़ सकते हैं? नहीं तो उनका पत्नी का भी, बच्चा का भी जीवन माने चलाना है उन लोगों का, तो पैसा चाहिए पर महीना, per month they need 1 lakh rupees. Now there is a critical stage, there is a chance to so fire off, and he may lose job actually. Then what he will do? You say that as a preacher, you say that Prabhu, these are all material problems, you should not matras parshasta kaunteya, you should do your fix on your sadhana. Nobody is going to do that. It is simply our illusion actually. वो बोलते, वो सोचते हैं कि बहुत अच्छे से आराम से मंदिर में बैठ के आप बहुत कुछ बोलते हैं, जब उतर के देखेंगे तो समझ में आता है, ये बोल के माइंड में यही चलता है। So it's not possible actually, because they are not fully surrendered. They have attachments, they have compassion for their wife, family, this, that. Of course, we are also not saying to leave them. तो यदि आपको सच में उन लोगों को उद्धार करना चाहते हैं, तब उनको कैसा निकालना ये बोलो रास्ता। Don't enforce the things on them. Then create such a peaceful and nice pathway so that they can come out from that situation. That is Varnashrama college. Train them in Varnashrama college. Then how to train them Varnashrama college? We need teachers in Varnashrama college. From where you can produce teachers? You just interested people, you guide them how to become an expert in one area of the Varnashrama field. Then those will become teachers in future. Immediate solution, nothing is there. Nothing, no immediate solution. So all the problems, only the one solution Prabhupada says. A proper own devotee setup, community setup. We need actually. We desperately need. Our preaching will become, so it will take a nice shape by accepting this pending mission. By just having Sankirtan and temple worship and initiation movement, these 3 are not sufficient. Prabhupada is perfect, and his planning is perfect, and his vision is perfect. We have to accept. How many people are there with us? We are losing every day. They are not chanting 16 rounds also. Do you know that? They don't have time for 16 rounds. They are initiated also. And we want to aspiring for 24-hour chanting. And you're expecting your congregation to do 24-hour chanting. Full Krishna consciousness, 24 hours. This is a very torture. It's a pain actually for them. So living with non-devotees and so much cunning and cheating fellows, those are. No sanity, no soberness in their dealings. Devotee तो और भी दो ज्यादा cheating करेगा. So many people, business people, all they are all struggling. Devotees who are business doing so much struggle actually. Even the working under them, non-devotees. They become different man there and he will become a different here. That means there is no one consciousness. Then that is carried actually to here also. That is there. Jaisa sang, vaisa man. We have to work for solution. No, there is other mean. You cannot say that holy name, just to focus on holy name. What do you think? How one can take up holy name all the time? Do you know? First of all, we know. We should know that is only possible when you develop strong faith. How it will come? Is it so cheap? So that's why you should not take Krishna consciousness so in a speculated way. We should understand Krishna consciousness as per scriptures, as per instructions of Acharya. And accordingly we should act. But despite the fact that majority of the world's wealth has been accumulated in highly developed capitalistic countries, these countries are being severely challenged by many enemies who threaten at any moment to overrun the capitalist and steal their wealth. Capitalist and communist, socialist, all these isms are simply man-speculated isms. But the realism is Varnashrama system. Everyone is divided based upon, society is divided based upon guna and karma, and everyone is assigned duties. Those duties' purpose is serving Krishna. That should be the preamble of constitution. Preamble of constitution, and entire earth should be following that kind of constitution. That is the meaning. So Mahaprabhu says his name is chanted every village and town, means this. Every government is supporting Krishna consciousness. Now it's a very rare we find. There is a favorable environment for Krishna consciousness in the world. But ultimately, such a favorable environment should be achieved, that is possible only by Varnashrama communities. Not by capitalisms, or some isms are dominating the society. That will not bring actually favorability for Krishna consciousness. कुछ दिन कैपिटलिस्ट राज किया तो कुछ दिन के बाद कम्युनिस्ट राज करेंगे. कम्युनिस्ट एक्सप्लॉइट कर देंगे कैपिटलिस्ट को, तब तो कम्युनिस्ट को एक्सप्लॉइट करने के लिए और कोई इज्म निकल के आएगा. ये रिवोल्ट तो चलता ही रहेगा. मैन मेड सिस्टम्स में हर वक्त कुछ लूप होल रहेगा, उसको देखकर रिवोल्ट तो शुरू होगा ही होगा. फायदा क्या है? ऐसा सोशल सिस्टम को क्यों लेने? अनसस्टेनेबल सोशल सिस्टम्स, व्हाई वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट. Similarly, we often find that the children of wealthy people are kidnapped and then their parents must pay huge ransoms. Sometimes the parents themselves may also be kidnapped. Furthermore, there are also so-called investment counselors who are expert in stealing the money of rich people. Actually, administrative people are the big thieves, actually, politicians. So that's why Raja, the duty of king is protecting people's wealth from his own administrative members, council. They are the biggest plunderers. And in the modern age, governments have also become expert in stealing money by the taxation. Taxation directly also. Thus the word Arthavit means he is the best knower of how to steal the money of others. By hook or crook. He is expert in that. So that's why we have to accumulate so much money. One should have so little endeavor, more time for Krishna consciousness. We'll stop here. So tomorrow we'll discuss remaining things. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Now, if you see the sitting of Shastra,
Prabhu, your voice is not clear. Vishwajit Prabhu, are you saying something?
No, Prabhu.
now audible, Prabhuji?
I think Samarvan go, Prabhu.
Speaker.
Samarpan Prabhu, you are speaking.
No, Balbhat Kripa Prabhu is speaking.
Can you raise the hand whoever wants to speak? Please raise hand so that that person's video will come front. Please raise hand and then speak. It will be easy. If anyone have questions, please raise hand. Yes, Balbhat Prabhu, please.
Just one, I will use their phone. We explained about the current scenario in the material world, and it's also very challenging.
Not audible.
Not audible.
Earlier it was better. Earlier it was better.
Now, okay, Prabhuji, audible? Hare Krishna.
Balbhat Prabhu, your voice is not audible. Maybe your mic is not working.
प्रभु आपने वो निकाला था तभी आ रहा था एक बार निकाल के ट्राई करो
Hare Krishna, now audible, Prabhuji?
हाँ yes
Yes.
So, Prabhuji, you rightly said about the current conditions. We are also dealing, we also know about the what things are going on, and they have to deal with so many problems: personal, professional, social, family, so many things. Along with that, many people are sharing that the person we are dealing with, we are dealing means outside people, their thoughts, their words, their action, their intention not matching. So we have to deal with such person also. Along with that, previous time after getting educated, we are getting good job, and we are after performing very nicely, we are getting the good amount of salary. But currently, the survival also will become difficult project. And you
Yes,
rightly
Prabhu.
said about the example about the one devotee that if he given someone loan and he's not repaying, then how he can focus on our philosophy or lectures? It will like a bounce for him. He will think about that how to get my money back. Same thing
Yes.
I addressed today only in communicating with one devotee that
Yeah.
he given some amount of money to one builder. Now he is refusing to repay.
Yes.
Really, he disturbed.
Really disturbed actually. Yes.
So in current situation, Prabhuji, such a disturbance is going on, and many devotees are losing their job also.
Yes.
One devotee is telling, I am unable to come to morning program because I am getting so many thoughts. I am unable to focus on my sadhana.
Yes.
So in this current situation, what solution we can offer? Because ultimately, practice of Krishna consciousness is the ultimate solution. But to practice Krishna consciousness also, that person absorption, intention, focus should be also required. But he's disturbed with this thing.
Yes.
So what we can give them solution? You rightly said we should come to detachment, simple living, high thinking, minimizing our need and minimizing our needs. Wants are unlimited. So and even in city life, it is not possible. So how can we channelize them that please, if you follow this way, so you can gradually focus on your practice of Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Problem is there now, like now, house in fire actually. Immediately giving relief is not possible, definitely, because it's already burning like anything. But at least for another coming 10-15 years. And also I spoke with some devotees in Pune also last time when I came. I asked them some few grihasthas, they came. Our, what is his name? Our, that
Ram Vilas Prabhu
Ram Vilas Prabhu. Ram Vilas Prabhu and some few devotees came to start So only solution is we should separate our people from the existing society. That is only the solution. Whatever wealth and resources we have in the city, in different places, that wealth should be utilized to have a common property at somewhere else where all devotees together can have their own property, own land actually. First and foremost practical step is take out money from the bank accounts and invest in purchasing a land altogether. So we should forget about the internal mismatchings as much as possible. And so acquire the land and give a boundary fencing and secure the land. This is the most important thing. And next step is we also have, that means we should only encourage. If we say, they will definitely follow. So since we are preaching, and apart from that, we should make them fit to stay there. So that's why we need to train them. So we should just call for once in a month, one small meeting, whom you are preaching. So who are interested to come out from this kind of city life, just to take this speaking about Varnashrama Dharma book by Srila Prabhupada's compilations only are made as a book. If we read, Prabhupada is clearly saying all the problems will be solved by implementing Varnashrama Dharma. Political, economical, all the problems. So here now we do experiment it several times, but without proper strategy we did. Without training the people there to stay, people who are going to stay there, without training them, we just took out. And we just placed them and then after that came back. So, but Prabhupada's plan is very different. He wanted everyone should be trained by Varnashrama College. Where is Varnashrama College? Where is one Varnashrama College? Show me. So there is no Varnashrama. There is no Varnashrama College at all actually. Because Prabhupada wanted to train Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra properly in this college. Congregation who took the initiation, they has to be trained as per their quality. So it's not like that something we do implement Varnashrama of the Satyuga. It's not like that, or the Tritayuga. As per the time, place, and circumstances, we train the people so that they can peacefully live on the land. Maybe we may not do everything perfectly like the standards. That is not the main goal. Our goal is how to separate our people from the association of non-devotees. Somehow or other. That means we should be independent in terms of food, in terms of medicine, in terms of education, in terms of protection, in terms of everything, values and existence. As much as possible, we should be away from these people so that devotees are helping another devotees. Most of the time, we like to be with devotees, and even after staying 10-15 years in ashram, and if we go and stay and working in a company, it is like a torture actually, because their nature, their every thinking, thought process itself is very annoying for us, frustrating for us. So that's why we should understand the pain of those and steps, whatever are given. Our goal is, Prabhu, making them settle in a separate community than these karmis. And for that, we should train them and send there. So for that, we need to have Varnashrama College. This is not our concept. Prabhupada said in 1974, immediately he was saying in that for that we need teachers. From where we'll get teachers? When we call our devotees for once in a month, and if we teach them about the importance of this mission, and they will learn. So one will learn the Ayurveda. Just he is working in corporate and he can develop. How many years it will take? 4, 5 years, 6 years. But at least basics he can learn. And one will learn about the Saturday, Sundays. When I was working in Bangalore, I used to go to the Goshalas. And I used to learn many things actually. Every Saturday, Sunday, I used to give time for this because I want this kind of community. So if we cultivate the hope and vision for them, clear vision and hope, then they will immediately take it up. It's not an impossible job actually. So Next is like you see my Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj in Indonesia. He taught, he preached, and there is a huge community actually. But his name is not taken out so easily because it's a Muslim country. There's a problem. But otherwise, he preached to the boys and girls in a college, and now more than 100 families are staying in a one community. And village is like fully village devotee community. All are devotees, and temple is there in center, and people are practicing there. In India also it can be done. Only thing is, we should follow the approach given by Srila Prabhupada, training them and sending. So that is Varnashrama college. These experts who learn in the different areas, who became expert, those will be occasionally only will start the Varnashrama college initially. And then gradually it will become various courses we teach. Then they will be able to increase that Varnashrama college. And it will so train all the grades of people needed for a community.
Yes, so we have to also make them attractive toward this system, this lifestyle, so they can be later accommodated gradually.
Yes.
I-
It's gradually only. We can't get immediately, no solution is there. And also you cannot enforce that you should just follow the more and more chanting. अरे more chanting करने के लिए तो भी श्रद्धा चाहिए. उसके लिए तो उनको सुनना पड़ेगा. आप अभी बोल रहे हैं कि ज्यादा जप करो तो सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. वो करने के लिए जो फ्यूल क्या है? विश्वास. वो आएगा कैसा? वो तो जितना शुद्ध भक्तों से भक्ति शास्त्र सुनेंगे तब ना आएगा. वो सुनने के लिए उनका मन ही नहीं है. और हम जबरदस्ती फोर्स करेंगे तो क्यों सुनेंगे? उसका श्रद्धा के लेवल को देखकर हम लोग गाइड करना है ना.
They have to gradually plan their retirement plan, because one of the senior devotee, his grace Anand Undan Prabhu. So he met me just a couple of months before. He told that now my responsibilities are over. I hand over everything to my son. Now he'll take care. I'm going to move to Govardhan village now. I will just focus on my seva and sadhana. So this such kind of example will attract the people that when to retire for timely, how to retire properly. So you have to make them process that this is the way you can gradually retire and focus on your own Krishna consciousness service to the Srila Prabhupada mission.
But that is also temporary. Only how many part of people in the society will be able to do. But what about the who recently married and also want to practice Krishna consciousness? They should wait for another 25 years to become a proper practitioner. And by that time, they should be fried by these people, these non-devotees. And we have more youth and more young people who are taking Krishna consciousness. And what about their Krishna consciousness?
But there is a statement by Srila Prabhupada, unless one fully frustrated from the material energy or material world, he cannot take Krishna consciousness seriously.
Yes. But that is also very difficult, na Prabhu? If they too much frustrated, then they will leave bhakti only. They will leave bhakti, and even if we say like this, they will become their heart get, उन लोगों को दिल को दुख होगा ऐसा बोलेंगे तो. वाह वो ज्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाओ तब अच्छा भक्त बन जाए. ऐसे उनको दिल दुखी हो जाएगा प्रभु. ये सुन के अच्छा नहीं लगता है. तो आप लोगों का तब तो कितना बिंदास लाइफ क्यों चल रहे हैं? तो आप लोग भी दुखी लेना चाहिए. तो ऐसा बोल देंगे, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. प्रभुपद जो बोले वो करना चाहिए हम. ये सभी टेम्पररी मीन्स हैं, थोड़ा सा उनको ऐसा उत्साहित करने के लिए, लेकिन उनका परमानेंट सोल्यूशन वही है. आप उनको थोड़ा उत्साह भरने के लिए थोड़ा सा जप करो, ज्यादा करो, ऐसा बोल देंगे, लेकिन फिर वो नहीं कर पाते. आप यदि कांग्रेगेशन का क्लास लेके आप बैठेंगे तब पता चलता है वो लोग कितना ड्रोजीनेस फील करेंगे, कितना डिफिकल्ट फील करेंगे. So it's not a easy process, Prabhu. So we have to facilitate them. अभी उनका बीमारी बहुत ज्यादा है, तो समस्या ज्यादा है, तो समस्या से निकालने के लिए प्रयास करते हुए कृष्णा कॉन्शियस देना है. तो ऐसा नहीं कि फेल्यूर सॉल्यूशन देंगे, इसीलिए प्रॉपरली ट्रेन करके भेजना है. तो हम लोग तो सोच सकते हैं, भले हम लोग तो प्रभुपाद की इंस्ट्रक्शंस के अनुसार तो पूरा आने वाला सोसाइटी कैसा रहना चाहिए ये तो देख सकते हैं। इसी को बोलते शास्त्र चक्षु, आचार्यों की वाक्यों के ऊपर हम लोग अनुसार सोचना चाहिए। प्रभुपाद जी का जो दिया गया रास्ता है ना, सतोवृत्ति, उस रास्ता पर सोचना है। अब टाइम भी कुछ बोल सकते हैं उन लोगों को थोड़ा सा उपशमन देने के लिए, लेकिन उन लोगों को आप परमानेंट, उनका नेक्स्ट पीढ़ी क्या हो जाए, उनका बच्चों को पढ़ाई ठीक से नहीं है, उनका बच्चों को नॉर्मल स्कूल में भेज रहे हैं, वो सब बदमाश बच्चों से मिलके ये भी बदमाश बनने लगा, उसका क्या सोल्यूशन है? और नहीं तो बीमारियां हैं, इतना बीमारी, और हम सिटी में रह रहे, पोल्यूशन बढ़ के उनका लंग्स पूरा काला हो गया, तो और उनका स्वास्थ्य ठीक नहीं, आस्थमा आ गया, और पानी गंदा पी पी के एकदम खून खराब हो गया, हर वक्त खुजली, पेट खराब, तो क्या करे इसका? ये सभी समस्याओं में वो भक्ति सोच भी नहीं पा रहे। जैसे हम लोग जितना कमजोर हो जाते हैं, नहीं तो बीमारी हो जाते हैं, ज्यादा जप कर पाते हैं, कुछ भी नहीं कर पाते हैं। समस्या बढ़ने से हम लोग क्या करेंगे? तो उसका उपशमन के लिए प्रयास करेंगे, क्योंकि उतना श्रद्धा नहीं है ना। अनकंडीशनल अनमोटिवेटेड भक्ति कौन कर सकते हैं? जिसका विश्वास जैसा हाई हो गया वो सही है, लेकिन उतना चेतन अभी तक नहीं आए ना। आप डायग्राम में जो लोग हैं ना, वो लोग, उन लोगों तो वही बात बोला गया, जैसे समंदर का जो एग्जाम्पल दिया गया, भले कितना भी पानी आके जुड़े लेकिन वो फूलता नहीं है, और जितना भी गर्मी बढ़ के ताप में वो पानी सूख जाए लेकिन फिर भी वो घटता नहीं है। वैसा आपको रहना है करके ये नया व्यक्ति को बोलेंगे वो पगला जाएगा। जिसको दृढ़ श्रद्धा नहीं बना उसको बोलते तो पचेगा नहीं, वो इनके लिए है। अब इनको सिस्टमेटिकली कैसे इधर तक ले आना ये सोचना चाहिए, देन आवर सोल्यूशन विल बी नाइस। तो इसीलिए वी शुड फॉलो प्रभुपाद गिवन मेथड।
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any questions? Thank you very much for all of you. If you have no questions, so we'll take leave today, and tomorrow we'll meet. And we have very lot of syllabus. 3 chapters I have to finish in these 5 days. Another 3 days are there. I will try by all your mercy. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitaya Gaur Premanande.